by now, I'm sure you've probably heard that Taylor Swift is engaged. And for all of you Swifties out there looking to celebrate not only her engagement, but her upcoming new album, The Life of a Showgirl, we have some inspiration for you. And here with some ideas for a Taylor-themed party is Mallory Bailey from Court Party Rental. Hello.
Hi, good to see you again.
So great to see you. This spread is divine. I just feel like I know the inspo, but please tell everyone at home where a lot of the decor and inspo came from.
So Taylor and Travis's engagement photo immediately sparked my design brain. All of the floral, her dress, the ring,
there
everything.
It is. It was the picture seen.
That is the picture.
Around the world.
Biggest Instagram photo in forever. I think they passed Tom and Zendaya. But I took a lot of that and I thought about how would you design a party? Do you design, a wedding, a bridal shower, a bachelorette party, even a proposal, a quinceañera, a sweet 16. Everybody loves Taylor. So how do you use the theme of her engagement photo without making it too kitschy?
Yeah,
right?
Too cheesy.
Too cheesy.
Right.
So I picked some items from our rental products that really throw out the floral. Also, we have a gorgeous napkin that looks just like Taylor's dress. So it's the very first thing I thought of when I saw the photo. But there's lots of pinks and whites and really rich greens and creams. And then a lot of the textures of the floral I wanted to bring in, as well as the black and just a little hint of gold from
that huge rock.
Big old ring.
That
yeah,
big old rock on there. Well, you're hitting all the notes, not cheesy at all, always elevated, which is so fun. And I want to start with your food too. Tell me about what inspired you for these.
Well, if you listen to the New Heights podcast where Taylor was on, she talks a lot about sourdough.
She's in her sourdough
era. So I made some sourdough cookies.
Oh, I've never heard
which
that.
I always feel they're very similar to sugar cookies. So you can make a cookie and then really do anything with it. These are very blank spaces, if you will. So I took some dried rose petals and pushed them into the cookie before I baked it. I also did some buttercream, couple of nods to Taylor and Travis, and then really you can do anything with a cookie like this.
Yes.
To be whatever thing you want it to be.
And I loved how you talked about earlier, it could be for sweet 16, an engagement party, bridal shower, so many cute ideas for something like that.
Exactly.
To walk around and actually have a little treat. And then if you wanted to maybe hit them with a little heartier food, what are some ideas too that you had?
Well, if you think of an engagement party, you're gonna have a mix of, guys and gals and whoever. Everybody's gonna be at that kind of a party. So I think do a nod to Travis, right? We love Taylor, but we also love Travis. Some Kansas City barbecue wings might be a good idea. Something along those lines to really get that heartiness, but you have to have some sweet in there too.
Absolutely. Drinks now.
Oh, drinks, yes. So we're gonna make a little cocktail. So one thing about events, especially lately, is people don't just wanna see pretty, they want to be a part of an experience. So we're gonna make a little cocktail. I'm gonna put a little bar here. There's different flavors you can add to the base. The base that I picked is gin, elderflower, and lemon juice, and then you can add a flavor here. And then there's some dried flowers that you can add. And then if you want, we can add a little edible glitter and make it really pretty. So I will
Everyone loves a little experience
experience. So I'm gonna pour one for you.
Yum.
Have our little base here.
Okay, and these little guys, I've never seen something like that. I'm gonna use the pink one because I feel like that goes with the theme. That's rose flavored there.
And then we're gonna top it with some sparkling rosé.
Oh, sign me up.
Because you need bubbles in your life.
And you can have fun stemware, all of that kind of add something.
And then you can pick some flowers.
Definitely doing this, so cute. Okay.
And then if you want a little pop of, some pretty.
Some sparkle.
It's just some powder sparkles.
To just go right on?
Just right on top.
Oh, cute. that's an easy container to pour it out. Okay,
I put it on the cookies. Yeah, you can use on everything.
A little
You can put it on the chicken wings if you really want to. Make them real fancy.
You can do it all. Okay, I'm gonna taste test, and while I'm doing that, I love talking about Easter eggs.
Yes.
And you have some Easter egg moments, some surprises.
Yeah.
Walk everyone at home through that.
Well, while we're on the topic of drinks, a little
more.
Aperol Spritz. The orange in an Aperol Spritz really reminds me of the new album cover.
Yes.
And everybody loves an Aperol Spritz. So
And there's the new album cover, the life of a showgirl.
Orange is everywhere with that album. But also, if you've seen some other images that are out there, there's some locks that are happening.
Yes.
So I did a couple of little, wine charms, but then there's also the key. The shape of her stage from the Eras tour was in the shape of a key. And there's a lock on the new album.
This drink is delicious, by the way. It's so refreshing. Yeah. This does remind me of what I'd want on just a warm little summer day, popping around.
Yeah.
And then the cookies again, there was a little Easter egg moment.
There is a little Easter egg moment. So we have Taylor and Travis's number, 87, 89.
Okay.
There's their years when I was making these. I made a couple extra, 88 and 90, because that's my husband and I's number. So it was like, here you go, babe.
You have thought of everything. So once you find your idea for a themed party, where do you even begin? How do you execute? Because I feel like for some people it can be a little overwhelming to not hit the cheese factor. Yeah. I want it to look elevated. So where do you begin?
I start with color, typically. I am designing parties between very elevated high-end weddings down to my 6-year-old's birthday party this Saturday. But I always start with the color. Where can I go from there? And then I can go, how do I find things that complement that, right? So with this, I started with the pink, the white, and the stripes. And then I really took in the textures, and then the black for the metal, and all of the other elements with that to design the party. And then then I always go into food and beverage, because that's my heart. That's what I want. I want food and beverage.
I mean, that's kind of what everybody wants at a party. If you don't have good food and drinks, people aren't staying very well.
But I have to design that around the theme too. So Taylor, I need some sourdough. Any other party that has some sort of theme, it's got to go with the whole entire theme.
Gosh, well, all the textures, everything's working. Thank you so much for being here. It's always fun to talk party and Swifties with you.
Good to see you too.
Yes.